Well, alright, hello everybody and welcome back. It's been a while, but it's another episode of Minecraft on the Mindcrack vanilla server. So last time we left off, if I recall, I had escaped the cave, but there was still plenty more of the cave, and there's my pillar. And I had made a pillar, or a stairway up to the top, and then a pillar so I could find it to get back to my home. And it turns out I was not far away from home at all. I'm just going to put this right in here just so I kind of know around where I need to get to in case I get lost again. But I think there's plenty of cave left in here. We are going to find out because here's where I came out. Really not that far away from the house. And it's quite apparent that nobody else is in this area because I logged back in and it's been a couple weeks since I played. Yeah, it's been a while. And though it's been a couple weeks, the stuff that I had cooking was still cooking because nobody's out in this area. So I guess I'm relatively far away in a direction that people didn't go, which is good because it gives me my own little land to play with. But at the same time, it's bad because I won't interact with people. But we'll eventually make our way back toward, you know, the spawn area. And now I gotta find out down here which direction I wanted to go. Like, I don't even know where I came into this place at. Because obviously I got into here somehow. Must have been this way. Over here? Yeah, here we go. And I had tried to get my way, there we go, up to a place where it was closer to the top. And there we go. I knew there was still darkness around, though that seems to be pretty short-lived darkness. That's no good. Yeah, because I still really don't have a major plan for what I'm going to do in this particular season. I think I'm going to take it just more casually and just kind of let the game guide what I decide to do instead of having a big plan. I did have a plan to remake that base from my first experience on the Mindcrack server, which I still might do at some point, but it's just not gonna, I'm not gonna let it take over the initial building of all of this stuff. It's gonna be just kind of play, have a good time, see what happens. I was gonna say, why were you not coming after me? This is a little weird. Okay, so now the question is, can I get to any of these dark areas, and do they take me anywhere? Is there any caves that come off of this thing? Let's just go back over this way. This is a big up. Someplace that I've already been. And let's see. There's a creeper. I see you. I see you, bro. Ow. That kind of hurt. Didn't feel too good. But oh no, that's just the top of the ravine. I was gonna say it's gonna take me somewhere I want it to be, but not really. I might have done a much better job of exploring this cave than I had actually originally realized. But that's okay. We're gonna have fun with this because I'm sure there's plenty around here. I could be collecting all this iron and stuff, but I'm not as worried about that. Iron's a commodity. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think I want to go find out what's down here. That's one thing I love about Minecraft is just the ridiculous amount of exploring that you could do in an area and like never come to the end of it even though you think you have come to the end of it. That's a little scary. This is probably going to take me. There's some more gold. I will take that even though gold really isn't worth much in this game. I'll take it anyway because it's rare enough to where I like to have it. There we go. Okay, got some gold. And, hold on a second here. Let me move some windows around. Now, I will... I can... Now I'm stuck outside the game. I can't get back into the game. There we go. Now, I will tell you, lately... So it's weird. I go through these phases where I will sometimes just be playing games constantly and recording and making videos of any game I can get my hands on. And sometimes I go through periods where I don't play many games at all, but I'll watch a lot of like online videos. I get really interested in different random things. So I know a lot of people have been complaining about YouTube in the late, and especially the fact that they've changed kind of the way that they advertise channels. And the way that YouTube advertises channels, from what I understand from reading all the people's rants and stuff, I never really got into the algorithms too much, which, you know, maybe it's something I should have gotten into. Maybe it's something I could have helped to expand my channel a lot early on had I paid attention to the trends and the way that things worked like that. But you know what? That's not what I was all about. I was just all about playing and having a good time. Though I'm not being negative on anybody who does that, because I believe that's a huge part of a business model, is you find out where the trends are and you work toward those trends. That's how businesses succeed. That's how businesses exist. You know, I watch a lot of Shark Tank. I've talked about that before. I mean, and that really is just looking for a need or an quote unquote exploit, a way to get into an industry, and you get into that industry. I don't think YouTube is any different than that, in the fact that there's ways that you could theoretically probably, especially back in the day, they've refined it a lot more and they constantly change it, but there was ways you could probably have exploited the system to make yourself like the most popular person. You'd have to be really smart, understand their algorithms, this and that. I'm not saying anybody could, you know, just do it, but there's possible ways that it could be done. And lately, I've seen a lot of videos from people, especially the larger YouTubers, who are upset about the way that, you know, YouTube has, you know, changed things and gone away from the subscription model as much. Yeah, I get it. I used to love the sub feed. That's constantly what I based my video watching habits on. I would find people I liked, I would subscribe to them, and I would be excited to constantly look at my subscriptions and see who's put out new videos that I can watch. I obviously subscribe to them for a reason, because I like their content, I like their style, whatnot. But they've changed it to where that's not necessarily the most front and center thing anymore. And now what they deal with is these YouTube suggested videos. And a lot of people are complaining about them. And I have a couple of ideas as to why. I think a lot of the people who complain about the way that that has changed is because it's a lot of bigger channels who have now lost a lot of subscriber interest. They haven't lost subscriber interest. They're not getting the views that they used to get, especially from the random views that they used to get, because when somebody had an extremely popular video, an extremely subscribed to channel, they would be more likely to be featured because they had high view counts, high subscriber counts, things like that. So YouTube would, at one point, I'm sure I'm saying this algorithm wrong, and somebody's going to try to correct me and tell me that, you know, I'm explaining the algorithm completely wrong. This is my take on the algorithm. Let's get this clear. This is not the YouTube algorithm that I'm just explaining to you the inner secrets of it. I don't know the inner secrets of it, but this is my take. But the higher subscribed to channels, the videos with the most views, those would be featured more often, and therefore, as something starts to get views, it would basically exponentially grow to a point where it would be the one sucking in all the views, because it's weird. You have a low view count video, not many people see it, therefore it doesn't get featured, therefore even less people see it because it doesn't get featured. It's not really less people, but less new people have the opportunity to see it if it's not somebody on their look at me, dual shields. I actually didn't even realize I was doing that. I have the shield because my other one was dying, but yeah, dual shield. I wonder if dual shield is helpful at all. Probably not, because you have to actually activate them, and you can't activate the other shield. It's kind of weird. I'm going to swap the shields. Yeah, whatever. So you have this low view video, and it's not going to get a lot more views because it's not being, you know, advertised in such a way to gain it with more views. But all of a sudden you have these people who already have a lot of views, a lot of subscribers, etc. Those videos get more promoted, and therefore the views grow kind of exponentially because of that. Like I said, my take on the algorithm, it's not true, it's not exactly how it works, but that's just my interpretation of it. And so these bigger channels that always got a lot of views, especially because of the exponential growth, they're getting a little bit upset because of the fact that, you know, their videos are now having much less views because they're not getting promoted as much. I get that. They've come to a system. They understood a system for so long. I just kind of looped right on back around to where I was. That's kind of interesting. They've grown to understand this system, and they've catered a channel around this system. I get that. I understand why they're upset. The algorithm has changed, and it's changed their lifestyle, and now they have to do something completely different than they've ever been doing before. It'd be like if you had a job that, but let's just, a basic example. I worked at McDonald's for many, many years. I have a job. I'm working at McDonald's. I'm the person who makes, I'm on the grill. I make the burgers all the time. All of a sudden, McDonald's comes in and says, you know what? We're not going to make burgers on the grill anymore, on the flat top grill. We're actually going to do this in a real flame broiled, kind of like the Burger King style. We're going to do it flame broiled. That's no longer the thing that I'm necessarily really good at, because it is now a different style. I might fail at this new way that the burgers are cooked, and it no longer be like this great employee who really understands and has command of my job, because I might just constantly burn burgers when they're flame broiled. I have less of an ability to actually cook at a good rate. Or go to a more extreme example, and Burger King gets bought out buys out McDonald's. So all of a sudden I was working at a McDonald's, and now it's Burger King. You can't just expect me to be able to jump into Burger King and have the same level of success as I did at McDonald's that I've grown and trained at throughout the years. I get it. So I'm not saying that people's rants are invalid by any stretch of the imagination. Their rants and being upset about the way that things changed. Yes, it's a change. It's a change that they may or may not be able to adapt to, and that is where the biggest problem comes, is that they may not be able to adapt to it because it might no longer be something that they can actually overcome. So yeah, things have changed for people. I get it. But I kind of was going here not to talk about the YouTube changes, but more to talk about, I need to get somewhere in this cave, or get out of this cave is what I might need to do. I'm going to try to just get my way back to this. Ooh, more cave. What I actually wanted to talk about was the way that they changed this was to what they call the suggested videos. And I will tell you, I'm extremely happy and excited about these suggested videos, because in the last couple months, since they've been doing this, have been introduced to so many different channels that I didn't know existed. Oh God, I just almost ran right into that guy. I didn't know that they existed, except for the fact that they showed up on my... That was awesome. They showed up on my suggested channel feed, and I've now been addicted to a couple channels that have shown up and I've only known about because of my suggested channel feed. They were videos that I don't know how I would have found them in the first place unless I looked up something very specific and possibly coincidentally came across one of these videos. But since they kind of match other search criteria I've been looking for in a little bit of like searches, they'll be like similar type of videos. I'll be interested enough in them to be like, oh, what is this suggested video? And I'll look at it, and I have been introduced to some of these most amazing channels. The one I've been addicted to lately, and I will tell you, is Daniel Schiffman, who is just this very outspoken, extravagant type of coder. He does coding challenges to live stream audiences, but I've only caught the YouTube video, so I don't know if he live streams on YouTube or on Twitch or what he does. But he basically he teaches computer programming in a way that's extremely entertaining, extremely fun to watch, and just amazing to me. The man is like this genius level smart in programming, and I can't get enough. I would have never found this guy had it not been for the YouTube suggested videos. And it's just because it's a change of something that I've looked up. I've looked up coding things before. I've had problems when I was writing some code for something. I write a lot of code, sometimes having to do with work, sometimes not having to do with work, sometimes just personal projects. But, I'm a computer engineer, computer science guy at heart. Computer engineering degree, followed by a master's in IT, and then I switched over to nursing. Now I'm in nursing informatics. So it's all, It's all still in the realm of computers and programming and, understanding things like that. So my mindset is still a computer mindset. I still analyze things all the time. I run algorithms in my head. I know it sounds like cliche to say, and I'm probably even saying it wrong, and people are going to be like, you don't run algorithms in your head. You know how it is. It's just, I think in that computer-centric way. I think in programming languages. I visualize anything that I see in basically, if then else type statements. Not truly, but I mean, that's just kind of how it works. It's like when you're driving. It's it's anticipating what other drivers are going to do is partially, you know, one of those things is based on experience, but I don't look at it as in just an experience model. When I'm seeing these different people doing different things and anticipating what they're about to do, it's kind of because you're putting it in a, well, if they do this, then this might happen, and this is what I'm going to have to do to react type of model. So it is like looking at it from a computer basis. So I really, really, really enjoy things like, you know, programming, like, oh my god, I don't know which direction I came here, and there's a lot of enemies around. There's the village. That's got to be the village that I came from. Right over here. So let's go back home while it's dark and put some of the stuff away, and then get ready to move on to a new area, because I think I've expanded the possibilities of this cave system. There's probably more to it, but, you know, whatever. I really want to go explore that desert a little bit more. Like, at all, because I haven't explored it at all. There's a skeleton up here. So, basically, I'm excited for the way, and I'm really happy about the way that this algorithm seems to have been implemented, because it really is introducing me to new things that are based on my search history. Yeah, Big Brother type of deal. You know, based on my search history and all that stuff, and relevant to things that I want to look up and things that I want to see. There's my bed. And I'm super excited about it, because the subscription model is great to an extent. It, you know, bases on people I want to see. I'm signing up for them because I want to see them. I get it. That's great. That's awesome. Because that's what you do. And that still is part of it. You can still click on your subscriptions button and go see your subscriptions. See the people in your latest subscription feed, or what their latest subscription feed is, and still watch those people. It's just not the front and center thing anymore when you hit the home button. So I'm not upset about it like most people are, and I suggest you guys, if you haven't yet, to go click on your home button. Go look at what comes up in your suggested video feed, because you might come across some things that you really enjoy, that you never knew before existed, these channels that you never knew existed. You might get introduced to them, and it's kind of amazing. Some of these people that I'm coming across that I'm really enjoying, I'm scrolling through some of the comments to see what people have to say about these channels, and I see a lot of people will even say, this showed up in my suggested videos, or I'm here because of suggested videos, and this is awesome, or I'm here, why was this on my suggested videos list? You see that on a lot of videos as well. So, I mean, it's got good and bad. The one negative I will say about it so far that I'll say is I'll hit the home button. It gives you a list of like 6 suggestions at the top of the page of what your next suggested videos are. And often, it will still be, especially when I'm watching the same person over and over, like this Daniel Shipman guy. I've watched a lot of his videos over the last couple days because it's really intriguing to me. And I'll put a link in the description to his channel, and I really suggest you go check it out, especially if you're interested in coding or anything like that, because it's really entertaining and really enthralling and really informative. He has a whole lecture series on genetic algorithms and how to write genetic algorithms in JavaScript and in processing programming language. It's really cool. So if you like Seth Bling's Mar.io, you know, that's kind of what he's teaching you how to do. Obviously not with Mar.io, but just in general basic form of it. But I will watch a lot of these videos, and then I'll go refresh my homepage, and it'll show me a bunch of videos that I had just watched. So I wish I had a little bit better and to ignore videos that I've already seen, because they are coming up like often over and over again. I'll have to refresh a couple times to get something new to see if there's anything else I want to watch. But anyways, guys, that's my rant. Not rant at all, actually. That's my discussion on YouTube's new algorithm while playing some Minecraft, and I'm not sure if you guys wanted to listen to that or not, but whatever. If you're still here, you did. So, take my suggestion. Let me know if you find some new cool channels, and I'd really like to hear if it works for other people, or if I'm just, like, lucky because I've watched enough random videos of different things that it gives me suggestions that I'm like, ooh. And maybe it's more of that, you know, type of inability to focus on one thing for a very long time, where I'm just like, ooh, that looks cool, ooh, that looks cool, ooh, that looks cool, and I just keep going in circles to different things that look cool, and it keeps me entertained. But either way, that's what it's all about, keeping me entertained. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time, where we're gonna hopefully go explore that desert and probably move out of this this little village area over here, and maybe start heading back toward the main home front and the base to get by other people and see what's been built over there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.